Alright, hello and welcome everyone to the GDL that I'm being a part of, in which I will be leading a team called the Tyrant Valiant, and this is the team I chose. This is a draft format, and there was two S tier picks I could choose, two A tiers, three B tiers, then C tiers and D tiers were kind of mixed as well. So in our S tier, we drafted Goldango and Great Tusk, both of which I was actually not even considering in team prepping, given that I was ninth place in choosing a Pokemon. So I thought neither of them would be available at the time that I got to pick. Both of them were, and I almost got a double pick, so I decided to pick both. I am very unfamiliar with the two, but I'm gonna try my best to let them shine in this format. Um, I want to go to my B tiers first because the A tier has some explaining to do. So with the B tiers, I chose Mega Absol for two reasons. First, my Mega Beedrill was sniped just before I could pick it, and I really needed a good dark type. I wanted also a physical dark type for knockoff and stuff. So Absol was like one of the best that was left over at the time. With Sylveon, I obviously wanted a good defensive fairy type. I could not decide for the longest time if I wanted Sylveon or Florges there or something. I just wanted a good Wish Pass. I wanted a defensive fairy type and stuff, and Sylveon fit right in, especially at towards the end. I needed some special defense, and it fits that really really well. On the other side, we have the Volcanion, which I very early on decided on having in the team actually, because I obviously the water type was a really big issue. Then I needed a good fire type, and every time I've played against Volcanion so far, it was really really annoying and really hard to prep against. So I chose to play it this time myself. Again, this is mostly mons that I didn't have before in any form of draft format. So I'm just excited to see what it can do, honestly. And I also like that it has water absorb, 4 times resistant to fire type attacks as well. It is very good against very many of the common typings and stuff. It is a very cool and interesting typing, and obviously Steam Eruption just being a better Scald with a high burn chance seemed really really good to me as well. So I wanted to try it out. I also, when I saw its stats, just being defensively pretty good and then having 130 special attack, I just had to have it. Um, my C tier is mostly supporting. I am very glad that I got every single one of my C tiers. So we start here with Vikavolt, which is obviously there for the sticky webs. We have Whimsicott, a personal favorite of mine, who is really really good with its ability to just be fast and everything, just with status moves and stuff. It can do a lot of nice shenanigans. I don't want to talk about them too much right now to use them more during the draft and everything like this. I want to keep some surprises open, but Whimsicott definitely one of my favorites. I love this little guy a lot. And then Earthworm, for the first time I'm trying this one as well. And I think since Shedtail is allowed in this league and there was different mons and stuff, this as a C tier mon seemed really really good. Again, I haven't tried Shedtail strats much at all, but I feel like this would be a good addition. It's also very physically bulky, and it has the Earth Eater ability as well, which is really nice pairing it with Volcanion and stuff. And the D tier, I chose Regirock, which I chose before my A tiers. Quick little side note there. My A tiers were the two last mons that I chose, and I had everything set up. I originally wanted to choose Landorus and Slowbro, which maybe you can see that would be a much more cohesive team, a much more a team that covers a lot more weaknesses. But during my team planning, I also realized that I just don't have any speed at all. That was a big, big issue. And without picking Iron Boulder, my second fastest Pokemon would have been Absol Mega, which not that many people prep for, and then it's Landorus with I think around 100 speed. So that was not as intimidating as I was hoping for. And also, there's a lot of mons that were being drafted were a lot of high end speed, so I needed something to keep up and make them unable to choose like adamant or modest natures instead of timid and jolly. This is why I chose Iron Boulder as the very, very last slot, very at the end. It just fit in speed wise and damage wise with the team. I didn't have a Psychic Mon because, again, slow bro. And without Regirock, I didn't have like a Rock Mon either. So it fit well, like typing and speed wise. The problem was that since I had planned Slowbro in that slot with Regenerate and Teleport, I planned a lot of the defensive options for that slot. Um, Unfortunately, this Iron Boulder was the very, very last pick that I did. If I knew beforehand that I had some issues regarding this, instead of Regirock, I could have picked, for example, Regice, or instead of Landorus, I could have picked the Slowbro instead and made it work. Um, the reason I picked Landorus was mainly also one for speed, two for U-turn, three for bringing out rocks, because with Goldango, obviously, you have a lot of control about hazards. But this is the way it ended up being. I'm not I don't find the composition terrible, but obviously Slowbro would have given me more answers to, for example, bulky water types, which this team is not the best at handling at the moment. Obviously, we have Volcanion, but past that, it's a little bit more dangerous. Um, so yeah. But now I wanted to talk about our first opponent in the league, which is I would pronounce that as Badriego. I hope that's correct. Badriego. If not, let me please know. I'm doing my best here with the names that weren't pronounced or anything. But he has a very scary first team to fight. Um, I'm the first time in this league in the GDL. I'm a first participant, and they put me as a result in the lowest part of the league, which is the Selva Plateau. So there's the Selva Plateau, the Tobots, and the Mesprit Plateau, which are, I think, the fifth league. Then they have like a lot of other plateaus like Shaman League, Darkrai League, Corselia League, all the way up to Dialga and Palkia League, I think. And the more you obviously participate in this, the higher you can like place yourself in these leagues. But since I'm starting off, I'm like just starting off at the lowest plateaus, which I think is very, very fair. But they did a little video about who the people that mod the server and like invite everyone and do all this stuff think would be the like highest rated players. And our first opponent, Badriego, claimed the first placement in that. So we are very like fortunate. We're very lucky because we can fight the first place right at the beginning at the first fight, which makes him obviously quite a opponent that you're nervous to fight as your first opponent. And he has a very good team too. He has Iron Bundle, which is always a big issue for many teams. He has a Mega Lopunny, which like goes well with Bundle in the form of Bundle being a very strong like special attacker that pressures on the special side a lot, and Lopunny being a very good physical attacker that like pressures on the physical side a lot. So if you in your building like messed up and you don't have special attacker special defense walls or physical defense walls that well, these can certainly break through and be a big issue to you. Also, the speed, of course, is a big issue, since my best speed is 124 on Iron Bundle, and those both exceed that. So that's gonna be a big issue in the team building. Then past that, we have in the A tier the Volcarona and the Zygarde, which were my personal nightmares to build for in this, because both are a little bit more unpredictable. You can play them more offensively, you can play both more defensively, especially Zygarde I thought was a big issue because I don't have like easy ways to dispose of it. And if it wants to set up, for example, with Dragon Dance, there could be a lot of issues arising from that. I don't really have a perfect answer for a Zygarde that like sets up a lot of Dragon Dances and then decides to sweep through my team. So I really need to be wary of that and make sure to put in fail safe so this cannot like just sweep from my team. In the B tier we have Screamtail, Rillaboom, and Crobat. And just like as a side note, I do not see him bringing Rillaboom in any capacity because if we look back at my team here, Rillaboom will suffer a lot against my team, and yeah, it can maybe outspeed, for example, Iron Boulder or like get super effective damage against Great Tusk, but especially with like Volcanion, Earthworm, and Vikavolt, I have very good answers against it, and especially like Earthworm and Vikavolt can just completely shut it down. It has like ground type moves like high horsepower, but obviously Earthworm wouldn't care about that either and would be able to just eat every move with 140 base defense that this Rillaboom could offer us, and Vikavolt just the same. So yeah, I don't foresee Rillaboom coming. Screamtail is really annoying. Fortunately, he can't bring it in a lot of different ways. Screamtail is just usually a defensive Pokemon, so I don't foresee this being offensive at all. I foresee this being either specially defensive to like deal with my specially defensive. Sorry, to deal with my specially offensive threats, or physically defensive to deal with my like Great Tusk and other Pokemon. Like even Absol doesn't do that much to it. And then Crobat is in the same line as Rotom and Colossal, where all of them could come as like hazard cleansers, and all of them would fulfill a niche role. Um, in my opinion, Colossal actually looks better on paper than you would think against me. It can spin, it's fairly defensive, and if you think about me spin blocking or stopping it with defog or something like this, with Goldango, then Colossal of course can like fire up super effective fire type moves against it, and I don't really have the best switch in for Colossal. Obviously I could use Regirock or something like this, but Colossal is still a like difficult Pokemon to deal with, and it would even pressure something that wants to come in for 4 times effective water damage like my Volcanion, because it can fire in turn of like super effective rock type moves. So I see this as a possible candidate. Rotom of course can be annoying, especially with Scarf. It could like trick Scarf or something like this. I foresee Dondozo coming, because I have the Great Tusk, I have the Iron Boulder. I feel like Dondozo will be the physically defensive wall against my team. And we have a Bishop here, which even though I have a Goldango, I don't foresee coming with, because Goldango also packs something like Focus Blast. I have a lot of like ground type Pokemon. I have the Volcanion, stuff like this. I don't see the value of Bishop against my team here at all. For what I see from his team and his big threats, obviously I think he will not leave his S tiers at home. Iron Bundle and Mega Lopunny will be coming to the fight. I'm very certain of this. I also think that Zygarde and Dondozo are pretty safe to come. Aside from that, I do think that Screamtail will likely make an appearance. While I actually don't think we will see Volcarona, simply because if you look at my team, I have the best like hazard game in of all the teams, in my opinion, especially with Goldango, stopping hazards from being removed and everything. I have an Iron Boulder which can outspeed the Volcarona and 4 times effectively hit it with its attack, and Volcanion will also stop Volcarona in its tracks. So I highly doubt he will bring Volcarona. And if he brings Volcarona, he will have to probably bring it with the boots because he runs risk of me setting up stealth rocks with either Great Tusk or Landorus or even Regirock or Earthworm, and then just me not letting him spin those hazards away anymore with the help of Goldango. So I'm thinking it's probably Iron Bundle, Lopunny, Zygarde, Screamtail, Dondozo, and then maybe Rotom or Colossal or Crobat for hazard control. But we will see. For now, we will take a look at my team building against him and how I prepared against his threats. And for that, we can take a quick look at the matchup that we're having. And you can see here that he just has the speed advantage, with 3 of his Pokemon being faster than my fastest Pokemon. So immediately what comes to mind in my mind is that I will need a proper Scarfer to outspeed his threats and deal with them. But I still, even with one Scarf Pokemon, I wouldn't be able to deal with his offensive pressure. So I will need more than one failsafe to deal with him. Um, you can you can see the matchup down here. You can also see who is here for like rapid spinning or defogging. So he could have Volcarona, he could have like his Rotom, his Crobat, his Colossal, and unfortunately his Pokemon are very good from stopping Goldango from like not defogging or not rapid like not letting him defog or not letting him rapid spin, because we have 2 fire types here and a ghost type which could come with Shadow Ball and Scarf, so it won't be easy to stop him from um, defogging or rapid spinning, unfortunately. Um, his like momentum game is also really good. He has a lot of like U-turn, Volt Switch, Flip Turn. He has Baton Pass, so he can also swap around a lot, which will be an issue. He has Wish with Screamtail, and technically Healing Wish and Heal Bell with Lopunny, but I think he will probably bring Screamtail just as a Wisher for his other like more defensive Pokemon. So basically, my idea is if I can't outspeed his Iron Bundle and his Lopunny normally, I will have to bring Mons to check them and then Scarf other Pokemon to win the speed advantage against them. And I've done that in the following manner. So first, against the most obvious threat, the Iron Bundle, I've chosen Volcanion at a special defense nature, and it wears the leftovers instead of the Assault Vest. I could have used either or, but I figured since I'm not like bringing any Wish Pokemon, the only sustain I get from Volcanion are the leftovers. And in my mind, what will happen most of the time is that Iron Bundle comes in, it will fire off a move, probably like at the highest it has Freeze Dry with Choice Specs, which will do around like 30 to 40% to me. But at that point, I can like threaten it out with Focus Blast. Focus Blast would be a kill on Iron Bundle. So if he chooses to stay in and just like fire off moves against Volcanion, it has 70% chance will take the kill against it. So I don't really think he can afford to just stay in. And if he does, we have a good chance of taking it out. Leftovers, of course, instead of Assault Vest, because with Assault Vest, yeah, we tank a little bit more damage, but the leftovers will make it so it's more profitable for me to stay in a turn. Because Volcanion cannot switch out on its own, it doesn't know U-turn, it does no flip turn. So the best way to make use of the leftovers is switch it in against the Iron Bundle and then like take a move, get one pop of leftovers recovery, and then choose a move in which he probably has to switch out with his Iron Bundle, and we get another tick of leftovers recovery, which is really really nice. So I expect to get 2 ticks of leftovers every time Volcanion switches in against the Iron Bundle. Volcanion is also really, really good against the Volcarona, as I've stated previously, especially defensive. Even at +1, a energy ball from Volcarona won't do much to us, and we in turn two-shot it with Steam Eruption, even if it like gets a Quiver Dance, like the turn we switch in. We also brought Haze specifically for the Volcarona in case something very unexpected happens. He manages to switch it in against a low HP Pokemon. I need to switch out. I need to bring in Volcanion. He sets up a Quiver Dance right away. I can Haze immediately because I expect him to then like go for a second Quiver Dance or something and just like outpace me. And if nothing else, if Volcanion is already low and is about to die in like 2 moves, I can at least haste to stop the Volcarona from setting up too much and then revenge kill with something else. I just don't want to be swept by the Volcarona if something unexpected happens. Um, the one switch in he has to Volcanion, which we can see at like his team, is if you want to switch anything here against the Volcanion, it would be either like Zygarde or Screamtail or Dondozo. And I figured that the best way to punish it is with the Toxic. Neither of them three wants to have a Toxic on them. They all don't have like cleansing capabilities and stuff unless like Zygarde plays Rest or something. So for the ideal switch-ins to punish them as well, the Toxic is here to like even the playing field a little bit because they would have a too easy time to switch into a Focus Blast or Steam Eruption. Next up for his Mega Lopunny, we bring Vikavolt, which is surprisingly effective against the Lopunny with Rocky Helmet and with a physically defensive nature. So even a return or a Fire Punch do up to like let's say 40% to me. At which point, of course, Roost will heal me more than Lopunny does to me. And thanks to the Rocky Helmet, the Lopunny would just decrease its own HP as I increase mine with every attack it does. It probably has to be a Jolly Lopunny because of my Iron Boulder. Otherwise, my Jolly Iron Boulder would outspeed its Mega Lopunny, which is why we play it, or why we picked the Iron Boulder as well. And I figured that the only attack I will need is a Volt Switch. And the only switch in he has into Volt Switch which immunizes it is Zygarde. So since Zygarde stops all other moves that Vikavolt has, because this particular format doesn't allow for hidden powers, otherwise I would have played maybe hidden power ice. I still wanted to punish the Zygarde and stop it from sweeping, so I brought Vikavolt with Toxic here as well. Which will like obviously if I'm with Vikavolt against his Lopunny or something like this, his Mega Lopunny, I can just go for Toxic and fish for whatever comes in, which will likely be the Zygarde. Roost, of course, to win the matchup against the Lopunny in the long run, and Sticky Web, which is a really, really, really good opportunity to lower my enemy speed, which will be like a lot higher than mine. Plus, Sticky Web will help the next Pokemon coming up a lot, which will be, amongst others, Whimsicott with a Choice Scarf. So that's a very interesting set. Usually you don't need like a Choice Scarf or anything on a Whimsy for its like funny status moves, get priority with Prankster anyways. But this particular Whimsicott can outspeed and one-shot his Iron Bundle and his Lopunny. If there is a opportunity given that I somehow switch into those, or he doesn't think that I would have a Choice Scarf or something, I can Energy Ball the Iron Bundle, I can Moon Blast the Lopunny, which they won't always kill, but if if Lopunny maybe got some damage from Rocky Helmet already, for example, or if for some reason I decide to lead with Whimsicott and he leads with Iron Bundle, I could gamble for an Energy Ball outspeed in one shot. Then we have the Stun Spore to stop any sweep from happening whatsoever. So, for example, if he sets up too many Dragon Dances with Zygarde, we would go for Stun Spore, or if he like somehow gets past Volcanion and I don't know, gets out a few boosts with Volcarona or something like this, we would still have to Stun Spore to like keep it down and to like finish it off if needs be. Originally, I had a different move from Defog on it, but I realized that the only Pokemon that could get rid of like Stealth Rocks and stuff like this, uh, other than that, would be my Great Tusk. And Great Tusk, I don't want to switch into early for reasons I will name later. So I had to put Defog and Whimsicott as well. Stun Spore is also there in case, for example, my Choice Scarf gets knocked off or something happens. Um, Originally, I planned to put what's that? Switcheroo instead of Defog. So if I switcheroot my Choice Scarf off, for example, on Dondozo or on the Screamtail, I would still have the option to just go for Stun Spore if I am faced with either the Lopunny or the Iron Bundle, because then obviously I wouldn't be faster than them anymore, or like let's say I get paralyzed through T-Wave from Screamtail or something like this, then I could still like Stun Spore with Prankster, and a paralyzed Iron Bundle and a paralyzed Lopunny is a dead Iron Bundle and a dead Lopunny. So that's that. And originally here, I had Iron Boulder with Choice Scarf to punish, for example, the Volcarona, to be faster and one-shot the Lopunny and the Iron Bundle, and to also outspeed and one-shot the Crowbat based on like what moves it has. But I realized that my Iron Boulder would be too susceptible to just being completely walled by either Dondozo or Screamtail, for example, or even Zygarde. It couldn't do a lot with Scarf. So instead, I had the last minute idea to bring Scarf to Goldango and play it offensively this time around. Um, with Make It Rain, Focus Blast, Power Gem, and Shadow Ball, I can hit everything in his team, either super effectively or at least neutral. Um, Make It Rain is obviously like a very good blanket statement against his team. Focus Blast is good against even stuff like Lopunny, which I can then one shot with Focus Blast, depending on it, because it might have some HP investment because it doesn't need all the speed against me. It will be a roll, but if it ever comes down to it, I could Focus Blast Lopunny, or try to a 70%. Power Gem is specifically here for Volcarona. If he plans to bring his Volcarona against me, Power Gem will make like short work of it. And then Shadow Ball again as a blanket thing, but also against stuff like Dondozo, which I don't want to hit with a Make It Rain, which I don't want to hit with a Focus Blast much, and also against like Zygarde if it switches in here. It will be like a good mid ground play if I'm not too sure if I should go for Make It Rain or like a Focus Blast or something like this. So Shadow Ball will do like good damage overall. Plus I realized that with the other ones I set up, the Screamtail would become a big problem as I can't easily remove it. And obviously Goldango not only threatens it with both typings, Screamtail usually has like Wish, Protect, maybe Baton Pass or T-Wave, and then one attack left, which I expect to be like either Fairy or Psychic type move to hit Great Tusk, for example, and its stab, of course. So it couldn't do much against Goldango. Even if it had like Thunder Wave, obviously my ability Good as Gold would negate the Thunder Wave and would give me like an easy switch into Screamtail every time. For our second to last Pokemon, uh, or no, I think this is easier to explain first. So for our Great Tusk, we play Booster Energy, which is the reason why I play Defog on Whimsicott, because I don't want to sit here and Rapid Spin just every single turn. Booster Energy will give us a +1 boost to our attack. No, I think a 30% boost to our attack. But it will be a boost that goes to our attack directly. So for example, stuff like Unaware Dondozo that usually doesn't care about like setup or something like this, booster energy can bypass unaware Dondozo's anti-setup capabilities and just do a lot of damage. This great task will win me the game if a few requirements are met in advance. Them being that, for example, there's no Volcarona, so I don't get flame bodied. That the Dondozo is quite low, so I can like overwhelm it with great task, and that the Zygarde is at least a little bit chipped. I have Ice Spinner for the Zygarde, obviously, and I have close combat for like both of his S tier mons, for example. I have Headlong Rush to finish off the rest and everything. And Ice Spinner is then also good against if he should bring Rillaboom or if he should bring Crobat. It will do a good job against those as well. The only thing that also needs to be happening is that Rotom needs to be gone. It would spin block me because I need the +1 speed boost to get past Lopunny and past the Iron Bundle. And secondly, I don't have a very good move against the Rotom. I didn't pack like Throat Chop or anything like this. So I would need to first dispatch of Rotom. But if I can do so, one Rapid Spin would bring me as being fast as any Pokemon that doesn't have a Scarf. And then I can just go to town. And finally, last but not least, we have Ninja, which is our Mega Absol. And as you can see, we played a little bit unexpected from how it usually would be played. We played with max special attack, max speed, and the idea of this Mega Absol is, should I ever get out the sticky webs with our Vikavolt, I am now faster than every other Pokemon that my opponent can throw at me. And we have Stone Edge, Knock Off, Ice Beam, and Thunderbolt, with the idea of firing off like usually a very strong knockoff, which, if we look at his team composition, would usually warrant him bringing in a either like Zygarde or a Dondozo against a fully offensive Absol. Sometimes a Screamtail, but the knockoff is at least still neutral on it. And if he brings in Dondozo or Zygarde, which are usually like quite if he brings in either Dondozo or Zygarde, which are usually quite good at stopping the like a physically offensive Absol, I can T-Bolt for 50% of the Dondozo's health or Ice Beam the Zygarde, which will then open a way for my Great Tusk. I also opted to have Stone Edge on Absol, just in case he does bring Volcarona. This would just dispatch of it immediately without getting the burn from Flame Body if he brings it physically defensive and tries to like throw it in. So basically all the mons that you would normally want against the Mega Absol, which would be like Fistef, Volcarona, or Zygarde, or the Dondozo, would then be very effectively hit by all of the Absol Megas move, which in turn is just there to like chip them and like bring them down. So Great Tusk has its like greatest enemies removed and has a free like a good time against the rest of the team. So that was the team building part and the team building aspect of it. I really hope I can like not disappoint in this league. I told you that I'm like new in the league and that I have no like prior experience, or like the people didn't know me before like joining this league. But I told you also about the rating of players that has been happening, and all of the like people from the server rated about like how good in each individual league they think the players are. And I told you that Badriego was placed first. I was actually placed third, which confused me because nobody knew me there. I was ready to be like 9th or 10th place. But there was one person with the name of Ninja who actually, for no reason at all, very much believed into me. He said the reason of it was that I'm sharing a server with him, which is like the Peach Hall server, And his reasoning was like, hey, if he follows this guy, if he follows this server, he must be intelligent, he must make good plays and stuff like this. So he placed me at the top of his winning list, and basically like also gave a message to the people who were doing the YouTube about what placement every player should receive, and told them to tell me that he believes in me. So I believe in him. He gets the main spot here. He gets to subvert expectations with a specially offensive Absol, which Ninja just fits well in this regard. And I have also a message for him. This is for you. I'm gonna try my best here. And if this works out, just know that you believed in the right person. But now there's nothing else to talk about in the like team building aspect anymore. So I'm gonna switch right back to the fight itself. Okay, so this is our first battle. It's against Badriego. I'm very nervous. I have 6 months written down that I think will happen here. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh god, Volcarona is here. But no Dondozo. That's insane. I thought Volcarona did not look good against me. That's a little bit concerning. I think he wants to lay rocks down with Screamtail. I want to punish that with Goldango. If he goes Zygarde, I'm in a pickle. If he goes Volcarona, I have something for that. If he goes... No Dondozo against me is crazy, actually. Okay. Wait, let me retract Dondozo. Go with Crobat. And Volcarona. Volcarona makes me scared, actually. Alright. Let's start with this. Alright. Against that, he probably has Volcarona. Special defense, I'm assuming. And I got his Iron Bundle first turn! Hell yeah! The Scarf Goldango. It worked out. I didn't think he would take the bait, if I'm being honest. There's Mega Lopunny. Against Lopunny we always go into this. It has a Rocky Helmet, it's Fist defensive. Retaliate is insane though. Against me he can switch into Zygarde or Volcarona here. I think I'll just Roost. Give him more damage on this Pokemon. Retaliate I never considered. Retaliate is actually insane. Okay. We heal up a little bit. And now he could D-dance with this. He could drop the Draco. He sees though that I have Whimsicott on the side. I could either use Sticky Webs, but he still has a Crobat to get them off, or I could try to use Toxic against this thing. I'm not too certain what to do. He could D-dance here, that's a little bit annoying. Quite scared of that case. Okay. Toxic Poison this Volcarona, that's really really nice. It's exactly what we want. Against Volcarona my switch-in is always Volcanion. Stopping his Volcarona from sweeping by poisoning it is so good though. And since Bundle is dead, we can use Volcanion to the fullest extent. And Volcanion can now just be there to stop the Volcarona. It's kind of annoying. That could now be a ground type attack. Question is if you survive one. Volcanion versus Zygarde. We live 1,000 errors if he's not offensively invested. Even if he is, we might survive one as well. I kind of want to keep Volcanion for the Volcarona though. So I'd rather use... this here. That's a 50-50 here. If he goes for Sludge Wave here against my Whimsicott, it's not great for me. I think I have to risk it though. Coil. That's really annoying. I really didn't want this guy to boost himself. E-speed after Coil. We Moonblast. It looks good to me. He might switch into Volcarona now, but that's fine by me. Or Crobat. It's equally fine. I allowed his special attack, which is quite nice. Kind of do want to switch into Goldango on that. He could U-turn here, but it's fine. Yeah. Because now what do you switch in against Goldango? Lopunny. I'm scarfed though, he saw it, did he not? Even if he's jolly, I outspeed. If he has 90 into the defense stat, it is 69. I mean, this is always a safe answer here. It's lefties too, so this Toxic Poison is really, really good. I'll use Steam Eruption, trying to catch a Zygarde as well. Oh, okay. Got his Scream Tail, which seems to be physically defensive. It's interesting. It might throw out rocks. Might try to heal something here as well. If it wants to heal here, be the best option here. Maybe Goldango. It's either Stealth Rocks here or it's trying to heal itself. Or heal someone like that. Steam Eruption is not the play there. I think I go into Goldango. Goldango should be super safe against Scream Tail. And then if he wants to bring in something safe, he still has to deal with Goldango firing off a move. Okay, he's wishing now. Now the question is if he's wishing into Volcarona now, or if he's wishing into Viper, or if he's just staying in for a turn. He might have Protect and just stays in here. It's absolutely possible. I think he's going to Volcarona here. In which I should power gem. But if he has protect, he will reveal it here as well. We only saw wish so far. He might be wish protect, wish baton pass. He couldn't baton pass here, he would have to go into this. Obviously. If he doesn't have protect here, he'll raw switch into this, at which point power gem is best. If he does have protect here, he heals this, in which power gem is not good. To scout for protect for a turn. Yeah. He'll start up. Which means Reyna could take and make it rain now. Or the Crowbat. It's pretty nice. Gives me Crowbat. There's the low punny. Which at this point could go for close combat or for retaliate. I'm gonna wait here purposefully in case he locks himself into like close combat or retaliate for a second. I think he can go for retaliate here without like anything bad happening to him though. Because if we're being realistic for a second, why wouldn't he retaliate here? I don't really have a play to punish that though. How does his team look? His Screamtail is still too healthy, otherwise I would be like, seems like a sweep for Spectra here. This is too healthy. Have we seen him have an item on Screamtail yet? Corona, make it rain, Volcanion. Clove used wish, was hurt by its burn. I think leftovers goes before burn though. Vikavolt doesn't have much use mehr outside of... Yeah. I was hoping he would get greedy there. Okay. Now Viper is a good switch in, as is Clove. As is this. I would go for Toxic to catch Viper, but he might just switch into Clove here. Do I set up sticky webs here? I think it's not a terrible play. Now he's gonna try to like wish pass to something. Probably to Viper, if I had to guess. Roxon. Well, doesn't have much of a Goldango switch in anymore. Aside from Volcarona. Don't exactly remember what Volcarona took from Goldango. %25 took. How much did you take from Volcanion? Crobat, Goldengo. $34 from Volcanion. So if you look at Screamtail, it might be that he brought Screamtail Fizdev. 30 to 35. Yeah, that's not especially defensive, I don't think. So that would mean from Goldengo it's taking 45 to 64. From Shadow Ball. But if he's just protecting here, did he wish last turn? No, he stealth rocked. So it's either like Volcarona now. I can never see it being Lopunny here. What if it's bad stuff, Volcarona? Then Shadow Ball, make it rain does 20 to 24. Does that align with what we saw? 19. It's full Spät stuff, I think. Power Gem would take it out, Shadow Ball wouldn't. If we wanna make big plays here, we could go for the Power Gem here. Or we go for the Shadow Ball trying to punish this. It stays in as well. Made a mistake. Now we can obviously switch in this. But I think that's fine by me. Switch in Lopunny, I go into this. Spectra is close to sweeping as well. Do you wanna catch the Lopunny switch is more my question. Can we catch the Lopunny switch is my other question. If he switches Lopunny, I give him Schmidty. And then I'll probably win from there, right? I just need to stop Screamtail from healing everyone back up. That's my main priority here. Coil Zygarde is insane though. I would not have guessed that. That means it's probably physically offensive though. Because otherwise Coil wouldn't make sense. I wonder if the Zygarde has rest though. I think he's thinking about the 50-50, yeah. There it is. Now obviously you can bait me here and you turn out into Screamtail. take that chance. I mean, he has nothing to lose by U-turning here, honestly. I'm still gonna give him Schmitty. It's fine by me. It's way fine. Okay. Let me just check the triple axle doesn't kill this. Honestly, wait, if it's -1, or are chilling? I could just get burned from the thing. And we know Screamtail is likely first death. So let's do this real quick. Oops. Headlong rush does 36 to 42. It's not enough yet. Could go into Goldango and make it rain though. It's actually acceptable. Now that I think about it. Because no matter what switches in, it will die. It's better than this for now. Make it rain, claim a kill, and so on. Probably going to clove though. Could do this and Moonblast. But I'm guessing that Screamtail doesn't take much from a Moonblast either. 24 to 29. I'm correct. Let's go Dank or Spectra. The thing is, sticky webs are up and they're here to stay. I am already fast and everything. If I go into this right now, he has to give me something that I can kill as well. But he will likely just like switch in this, so. Let's make it rain one more time. He has to give me anything now. And if he gives me Volcarona, I won't have to be worried about getting burned with Great Tusk. If he gives me Lopunny, that's fine. It's nice that I got the burn on Screamtail early on as well. I honestly hope he switches out, because every of his other mons is better than Lopunny against me right now. I hope he doesn't realize that though. I hope he switches here. He realized. It's unfortunate. This guy knows his win con. There's no way I'm doing any damage at -1. This can boost now. Oh, it's annoying. Let's go to U-turn as well. Into Screamtail and then just loaf problems in my hands. kind of feel like sacking Whimsy and then going into Ninja. To finish him off. Because I think right now U-turn is coming. And since this is burned, I can't toxic it, unfortunately. Swish Protect, one move. There's the Scream Tail. Can try to Moonblast from here. But it won't do that much. 24 to 29. He's wishing here. But honestly, if he is, then I'm doing that. Now we Shadow Ball yet again. To be Power Gem. I don't think it's Make It Rain. He knows. Okay. I can keep his Scream Tail low though by Shadow Balling here once while he wishes. And now he can wish into Viper or into Raina. But keeping them low will just give me the win. I think I'll just have to stubbornly do this. Over and over now. I can sack Whimsy right now, honestly. Sack it. Yep. Oh, this is gonna do nothing against Raina, isn't it? Even though it only has 24%, it's keeping 2 of those 24% to its fucking life. Spit off. 11. With leftovers. I'll still do it. I'll still Moonblast. I'm determined to sacrifice Whimsy now. I'm determined to not let pressure off. If he goes into Volcarona, he would have to beat my Whimsy, and then so be it. I'm keeping the pressure up. It's fine. It's very fine. If Saiger's maximum attack, and it has extreme speed, and it's adamant, and I have an Absol here. Extreme speed cannot kill me. It can't be choice banned as well, it has coil. a mega, which is very important. And we have a special offensive absol with Ice Beam. Didn't think of that, did you, buddy? Let's see. I hope that knockoff would just kill. Knockoff definitely kills Volcarona here. And we won our first battle 4-0.